This time I didn't take the ocean side. Sometimes the bus is full. Have a few options. So we are watching the continent. We are looking at you, Argentina. We are looking at you, Brazil. We're going to read the genocide dossier, people. The genocide dossier, because we are not living in a beautiful world in Gaza. The world is not beautiful in Gaza. Live updates. Israel-Palestine conflict. Dozens of displaced and starving Palestinians have again been killed by Israeli forces in Gaza as they try to get access to food. Dozens killed, like 24 people killed. Another calamity. Global condemnation over Israel plan to seize Gaza City. Deadly Israeli attacks across besieged Gaza continue as more Palestinians, including children, are starved to death. By Neil Zadler, Maziar Motamedi, August 10, 2025. And there's a previous summary saying the United Nations Security Council has held an emergency session as condemnation grows over Israel's plan to seize Gaza City and forcibly displace nearly 1 million Palestinians. Second, Israeli attacks across the besieged Gaza Strip continue, killing at least 52 Palestinians. As the death toll from Israeli-induced starvation since the war began rises to 217, including 100 children. Protesters have gathered. Oh, this is the stadium right there. Including 100 children. Protesters have gathered in major cities across the world, from Buenos Aires to London and Istanbul, urging world leaders to take action and end Israel's war on Gaza. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 61,430 people and wounded 153,213. This is going to 100,000. An estimated 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the October 7, 2023 attacks, and more than 200 were taken captive. Sunday, August 10, a few seconds ago, Israel allows more limited aid drops over Gaza. The Israeli military says it has allowed 7 countries to airdrop 131 packages of aid over the Gaza Strip in the past few hours. Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, Germany, Belgium, France, the Netherlands, and Italy were the countries that participated in today's airdrop. Interesting, airdrops aid, which accounts for a tiny portion of the needs of Palestinians in the famine-stricken enclave. Airdrops. Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, Germany, Belgium, France, the Netherlands, and Italy. Thank you, people. Thank you. I am Italian. Oh, such a nice moment. Such a nice moment in life. I'm proud of being Italian. I guess I'm taking my talents to Italy now. A 15-year-old Palestinian boy was killed by a falling pallet during an airdrop yesterday. One of at least 23 Palestinians who have been killed by the packages so far. There's a photograph. Interesting. The desert. The site where Palestinian boy Mohammed Aid was crushed by a box of airdrop aid, killing him. What was crushed by a box of airdrop? So the boy was so hungry. The boy was so desperate, hungry. He was running to the. He was running to the box. And the box killed him. The airdrop killed him. What a stupid way to die. 15 minutes ago, Sunday, August. Well, I cannot say nothing about. I can't criticize because I'm kind of stupid to look. But yeah, we have some accidents. Shit happens. Israeli sailors launch more attacks as soldiers make arrests in West Bank. Violent Israeli sailors have launched several more attacks across the occupied West Bank in the past several hours, including in the town of Al-Zawiya, west of Saltif. They set fire to an agricultural barn with equipment and tools inside and burned 8 olive trees while destroying a wheel used for collecting rainwater, according to local sources who spoke with Wafa news agency. In the village of Shalaland Al-Auja, north of Jericho, sailors established a new illegal outpost after bringing it in construction tools and seizing property owned by a Palestinian family that was previously displaced from the area. In the Bedouin desert located south of Hebron, members of seller organization Regavim posted leaflets on the walls of Man al-Suwaidi secondary school, calling on the Israeli government to demolish it. The leaflets argue that keeping the school will encourage Palestinians to build in the area and remain there. Translation: the occupation police set up a checkpoint to issue violations to vehicles in the Rash Alamod neighborhood in Silwan town. The American Vice President Vance, I guess this Vance boy is what they are talking about here. What happens in Gaza is, quote unquote, up to Benjamin Netanyahu. Speaking to Fox News a short while ago, the U.S. Vice President said that the United States neither endorses nor rejects Israel's plan to seize Gaza City and the entire Gaza Strip at large. Quote, obviously there are a lot of downsides and upsides to the plan, end quote, J.D. Vance said. Earlier today, diplomats from countries that include top U.S. allies spoke to the unimaginable humanitarian consequences of an Israeli seizure of Gaza City and the UN Security Council. And 1 hour ago, well, today was kind of lazy, but it's been 10 minutes now. Hamas says Netanyahu trying to justify war crimes with false claims. The Palestinian group has released a statement in reaction to Benjamin Netanyahu's press conference. saying his claims constitute a quote-unquote desperate attempt to exonerate unquote, Israel after it killed more than 61,400 Palestinians in Gaza, including more than 18,000 children. The Israeli Prime Minister is trying to quote-unquote, justify war crimes and distort facts, Hamas said, adding that his use of the term quote-unquote liberation is an attempt to distort the reality of occupation, quote, that will not cover up the crime of extermination, killing and systematic destruction for more than 22 months, end quote. Quote, his talk about quote not wanting to occupy Gaza, end quote, is merely deception hiding his plans for forced displacement, destruction of the means of life, and installing an authority subordinate to him, end quote. Hamas also said Netanyahu is using the captives to prolong the war. I'm going to read this again. Hamas also said Netanyahu is using the captives. Yeah, definitely. But let me tell you, this Hamas is committing a mistake right here. This is a mistake by Hamas, and it was a mistake from the beginning. I'm sorry to tell you this. I'm sorry to tell you this to Rui Costa Pimenta from Partido da Causa Operária back in Brazil. This is a mistake. This is a military mistake. This is what the hell is this? This is a bloodshed, you know. This is a massacre. This is a blood swimming pool. Understand? This is a swimming pool full of. No, this is 1,000 swimming pools full of blood. This is a completely mistake, you know. This is savage, you know. This is this is the mistake world. The mistaking world. I'm going to publish this on YouTube, you know, this the mistakenly world, the world mistakes, something like that. I'm going to keep thinking about it. Mistake world. Hamas also said Netanyahu is using the captives to prolong the war, and that his claims about allowing large volumes of aid into Gaza are false, as the aid that enters covers less than 10% of the needs of the starving enclave. No, you know, from the beginning, let's make a summary about the situation in Palestine. If you are a Palestine, what you have to do is go away of there. Forget about it, you know. Forget about Palestine. That's it. Forget about it. Take the first chance you have. Go wherever you can. Wherever. Colombia is cheap, and you will not starve. Maybe you will cultivate some cocaine, but it's not that bad, you know. Colombia, go to Colombia. There's a lot of places to live. Forget about Palestine, you know. You look, almost 100,000 people died. 100,000 people. Can you see? Well, that's it. So there's now photos, but this is a completely mistake, you know. These paragraphs from Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera is not a fascist organization, okay? I'm just going to read the very last one. I don't need to see the photographs. A few seconds ago. Israel allows more limited aid drops over Gaza. The Israeli military says it has allowed 7 countries to airdrop 131 packages of aid over the Gaza Strip in the past few hours. Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, Germany. Oh, I guess I read that. Yeah. So no. I guess this is not the. I guess that was, yeah. Well, maybe I lost connection. Well, that was a beautiful British house from La Yancha. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but this was the worst campaign, the most stupid military campaign in human history. If you are in Palestine, you take the first bus to Jordan, Egypt, anywhere, Syria. No, go to Egypt. You know, this is hard. You know, geography for Palestinians is hard because there's a few options. But if there are any option, any option, take it. Go to Colombia. Go anywhere. Go.